All right, let's talk about money. I learned a whole bunch of things the hard way, and I'm doing these series of videos hoping that you can learn from my mistakes. This is definitely an area that I have struggled with for most of my life, and thank God for me, I married well, not financially, but I married a smart woman, and together we have cleaned up a lot of my financial sins of the past, and we are well on our way to being debt free. If you start out playing the game correctly, you won't have to correct the problems that I went through. So, with that in mind, let's talk about what might be your first job out of college or the first real job that you've ever had. Let's just say that you're going to start at $50,000 as your salary. That's a lot of money. That's a pretty good job, right? Especially if you're fresh out of school. Well, here's the problem. If you don't know how to budget and manage that money, you're going to start out digging a hole, and every month you're going to continue to dig that hole a little deeper and a little deeper. So here's some things to pay attention to. The $50,000 that you think is a lot of money isn't as much money as you think. Let me show you. So we're going to start out $50,000 salary, but remember, the government takes their chunk first. You don't even see the check until they get their portion of it. For a lot of people, that's going to be 33% taxes. That is $16,500 in taxes that is taken out of that money every year before you ever see it. That leaves you with $33,500 as your take-home pay. Now, again, that's not bad, right? Especially if you were a starving college student like I was, $33,500 a year, that's a lot of money by comparison. Here's the problem. When you look at your basic expenses, if you're not smart about that stuff, you're already digging yourself a hole. If you divide $33,500 by 12 months, you get $2,791 every month, not every 2 weeks, every month. That is your take-home pay. That means you need to live under, not at, not over, under that amount of money each month. Here's how easy it is to mess that up. You and your buddies decide you want to live in a cool place in Old Town Scottsdale, so you go rent a condo, and your portion of that is $1,500 a month. You lease that BMW that you've had your eye on for a while, $500 a month. Other basic living expenses, $800. That's stuff like internet, cell phone bill, food, basic stuff, right? If you have just those three things subtracted from that $2,791 a month, guess how much money you have at the end of the month? Minus $9. Minus $9. You have spent $9 more than you earned, and you haven't put a dime into savings. You haven't put aside any money for entertainment, like going out with your friends on Friday and Saturday night. And oh, by the way, that student loan bill is probably going to start kicking in before too long as well. What are you going to do? The easy answer, and the trap that a lot of people fall into, is, oh, I'll put that on a credit card. Whatever charges that you have, whatever, like when you go out with your friends on Friday night, you start throwing around your credit card to pay for drinks and food, and now you're paying interest on things that you have consumed and no longer even possess. You didn't buy something, you bought food temporarily, you ate it, it's gone. You're about to pay 22% interest on that. In video number 2, I'm going to get a lot more into the credit card stuff, but think about that as a starting point. You have to live below your means so that you can save money, pay all of your bills, and the things that you want to buy, you buy in cash. This is not an original idea. I am a huge fan of Dave Ramsey. Go to daveramsey.com. There's lots of other people on the internet that do the same thing. This is just my version of it. I'm sharing some of the mistakes that I made in hopes that you can avoid those things and start out better informed than I was. Check out video number 2. I'm going to kind of reveal some of the traps that the credit card companies lay out for everybody and how I got hooked in at a young age and found myself deep in debt because of it. Thanks.